if the U5 error suddenly appears on the washing machine display, and if this error keeps appearing continuously, then it needs to be checked and inspected properly. For example, this error may disappear from the display after some time, or if you reset the machine, meaning you turn the machine off, switch off the main electric switch, and disconnect it completely from the power supply. After 5 to 10 minutes, reconnect the power and turn the machine on. Once the machine has been reset, do not use the same function that you were using before. Now what will happen is that if you were using a very long program and the U5 error appears, then select a different, shorter program for it. So we use the download cycle program. It will rinse once and then spin, making it the shortest program. With this, you can check whether the machine shows the error again or not. So I start the machine once again, and now the machine has started taking water again. Now, the U5 error has appeared on the display for the second time. This means that the machine has a fault, and it will not be resolved by a reset. To fix this error, we will need to check a few components, and then the error will be solved. Now I will turn the machine off, unplug it, and disconnect it from the power supply. After this, open the screws on the back side. Once the screws are removed, push the cover toward the back, then lift it upward to release it from its lock. Now, look here. There is a sensor installed. This is a 3D vibration sensor. I will also explain how it works. But if this sensor has become disconnected for any reason, for example, when we trace this wire, it goes and connects to this connector. If this connector has become disconnected for any reason, or if the wires have been damaged by rats, or due to vibration, then this issue can occur. So, you need to restore and secure the connection properly. But if, for any reason, this sensor itself has gone faulty, then we will check it as well, how it works and how it can be tested. If the sensor connector is properly connected and the error still appears, then it is possible that the sensor is internally faulty. The easiest method is that if you already have this sensor available, replace it, and there is a strong chance that the error will be resolved. Another possibility is that even after replacing the sensor, the issue still remains. In that case, the problem may be in the main PCB. So we will check whether the data is going from here to the PCB or not. To test this, there will be two methods. One method is testing with a multimeter. To do this, we need to check these two wires. As you can see here, there is a black wire and a red wire. The black wire is ground, and the red wire carries a positive 5 volts. Also, keep this in mind. The positive voltage remains present here, and this sensor does not get triggered until the machine goes into spin mode, meaning vibration mode. Until then, it does not matter much. If you disconnect this connector during normal operation, the machine may continue to work. But when the machine goes into vibration mode, meaning spin, it may start working and then show an error. So you need to reinstall this connector. Once it is installed properly, the machine gets restored again. Now, before doing further testing of this sensor, it is very important for us to understand it first, because that will make the testing much easier. It is 3-axis MEMS technology. It is a 3-axis MEMS accelerometer, and MEMS stands for microelectromechanical system. Now this sensor is also called a 3D vibration sensor. What happens is that it works simultaneously, meaning at the same time in all positions. Which positions? X-axis, left to right. Y-axis, up to down, Z-axis, front to back. It calculates vibrations on all 3 axes together, and then sends this signal to the microcontroller. This helps keep the speed under control. Now, we set the multimeter to DC voltage, plug the machine switch back in, and supply power to the machine. As soon as we supply electricity, it makes no difference whether you turn it on from the display or not. It still won't turn on. Then, what should we do? Let's check it with a multimeter. Now, what I do is turn the machine on from the on-off switch. You can see here that the 5 volts are present. Look at these 4 points. According to me, the system isn't working properly. Look at this. It's showing 4.92 volts, which means the 5 volts are present here. Now I'll turn the machine off completely. As soon as you supply electricity, you'll start seeing the voltage. Whether you start any operation or not, the PCB here starts supplying voltage, which is normal. Now, there are 2 more wires connected to it. First, we switch the machine off. If we remove the power supply from this, then you can see here that 2 more wires are connected. One wire is blue in color, and the other one is yellow. Now, when we set the oscilloscope here, the very first thing you need to do is turn off the power supply. Now I've brought some pins here. These are actually the probes from my multimeter, so I've removed them from there. I've removed it from there. Now what I'll do, just look at this. I've connected one probe to the black wire. And since we need to take the signal from the yellow wire, I'll connect the other probe to the yellow wire. Now what we'll do is take one probe of the oscilloscope and connect it to the black wire terminal. And the other probe I'll connect to the signal terminal so that we can see the signals. You can see here that the oscilloscope is now on. As soon as the machine goes into pin mode, this sensor will start working. Because in normal wash mode, the sensor is not active. It only becomes active when it goes into spin mode. Now, the machine has started running in spin mode. I've set it to auto detection so it can pick up the signal. So far, no signal has appeared. We'll wait a little while until the machine fully enters spin mode. Now look. You can see that the signals have started coming in because the PCB has started sending the signal to the cell. After that, the data is transferred, which means this sensor has now started working properly. So, now this sensor has started working. You can see that as the speed increases, the signal is coming through here. And you can see here that all the parameters and signals are appearing, which tells us that it's working properly. If this sensor is working properly, and the U5 error is still showing, then it means there could be a problem in the PCB, so we need to check the PCB. So you can see that as soon as I turned it off, the signals stopped. The signals only come in spin mode, otherwise this system remains off. Now let me explain these wires to you. We've already talked about the black wire. It's the ground wire. After that, there is the red wire, which is the positive 5-volt supply. Next is the yellow wire, which is the SDA wire. It carries data to the microcontroller and tells how much the machine is vibrating. So if the machine is vibrating too much, it can stop the machine. After that, the last wire is the SCL wire. The SCL wire is the blue wire. What happens with this is that when the machine goes into vibration mode, meaning when it runs in spin mode, this SCL wire starts working. The microcontroller provides the serial clock signal to this sensor through it. After that, the data is received through the SDA line, and the microcontroller comes to know how much the machine is vibrating. Now, if we talk about replacing the 3D sensor, it is very easy. It's not a difficult job at all. First, we open this screw. Then I remove its connector. The technique to remove the connector is this. Press it downward with your thumb, and then pull it outward. If you don't pull it properly, it won't come out. As you can see, it has come out now. Now, we need to remove this sensor from here. Lift it slightly upward, and at the same time, it will come out easily. Now, we will cut this cable tie, and the sensor will come out from here. This is the sensor part number. This exact sensor is used in this machine, and the number is written on the sensor itself. Internally, this sensor is completely solid. There is no free movement or loose vibration inside it. Even if there is any vibration, it is very minimal, and only after that does it detect the vibration. Now, we will install this sensor back into its place. So, for installation, turn this side downward, then simply insert it inside and push it forward. It will lock into place, and now it cannot come out in any way.
Click on the left or right thumbnail to watch our next videos, and subscribe. Thank you.